Hi, welcome back. In the previous tutorial, you have learned how Dave C++ IDE is used to write and execute C programs. Now, you must be really excited to write C programs. But before you write the most elementary program in C, you need to know some fundamentals of C. In this tutorial, you will understand one such fundamental called token. Let's take an example to understand tokens. When we write a sentence in English language, we combine different words such as verb, noun, pronoun, conjunction, adverb, and prepositions in the right order. These words are basic building blocks in writing a sentence. Each word has its own importance and a specific purpose. In a similar manner, the smallest individual unit in a program is known as token. For example, in this program, each word and symbol represents a token. Tokens in C can be categorized as keywords, identifiers, literals, punctuators, and operators. In this tutorial, we will learn about all types of tokens except operators. Don't worry, we have a separate tutorial on operators for you. Let's start with the keywords. Keywords are the words that convey special meaning to the language compiler. For example, goto is a keyword which is used for unconditional jump to a labeled statement inside a function. Break is another keyword which allows a program to jump out of the innermost enclosing loop explicitly. Like these keywords, all the keywords have special meaning and thus we cannot use them to name a variable, function, or a constant. Some of the keywords used in C are listed here. One important point we must consider while using keyword is that a keyword must be written in lowercase. For example, the word auto will not be recognized as the keyword auto. Now let's understand identifiers. Identifiers, as the name suggests, are used to identify or name variables, constants, functions, etc. For example, in the code int score, int is a keyword which defines that the entity score can store integer values, and score is an identifier which is the name of the entity. Now, let's understand some important points which we should consider while naming the identifiers. The name of an identifier may contain digits, scores, and underscore. For example, the identifier video underscore date 19 is a valid identifier, and video.date is an invalid identifier as it contains a special character. The first character in the name of the identifier should be a letter or underscore. For example, underscore internshala is a valid identifier, but 12 internshala is an invalid identifier as it starts with a number. C++ is case sensitive. Hence the variables marks, and marks are treated as different identities. Keywords cannot be used as identifier as the keywords are declared by C++ language and have predefined meaning. For example, int is an invalid identifier as it is a keyword. The third type of tokens is literals. Literals, also called constants, are the data items whose values remain constant throughout the program. Literals can be of any data type and can be divided into integer, character, floating, and string values. Let's understand them one by one. Integer literals are the numbers that have no fractional part. Integer constants can be subdivided into three categories: decimal, octal, and hexadecimal integer constants. An integer literal starting with a non-zero digit is called decimal integer literal. A sequence of digit preceded by 0 is called octal integer literal. For example, 012, 014 are octal integer literals. A sequence of digit preceded by 0x is called hexadecimal integer literal. For example, 0x6, 0x12 are hexadecimal literals. Some important points that need to be considered while writing integer constants are: an integer constant should have at least one digit and should not contain any decimal point. It can be a positive or a negative number. Commas are not allowed in integer constants. A character enclosed in single quotes denotes a character literal. Some examples of character literals are shown here. Character constants are represented by the keyword char. C also allows you to have certain non-graphic characters in character constants. Non-graphic character constants are the characters that cannot be typed using the keyboard, that is backspace, tabs, carriage return, etc. We can represent non-graphic characters by using backslash followed by one or more characters. The different non-graphic characters supported by C are shown in the table. Now, let's move on to floating literals, also called real literals. These are the numbers which have a fractional part. Floating literals can be written in fractional form or exponent form. A floating literal in fractional form consists at least one digit before a decimal point and at least one digit after the decimal point. For example, 2.6 is a floating literal in fractional form. It may also have a positive or a negative sign preceding it. For example, minus 1.9 and 1.4 both are valid floating integrals. However, if there is no sign in the number is assigned to be a positive number. For example, 1.3 is assumed to be a positive integral as it is not preceded by a sign. Some examples of valid and invalid floating literals in fractional form are shown in the table. A floating literal in exponential form consists of two parts, mantissa and exponent. Here are some examples of valid and invalid real constants in exponential form. A string literal is a sequence of characters enclosed in double quotes. A string literal is actually stored as a character array and it may contain any number of characters including alphanumeric characters, escape characters, graphical characters, etc. Some examples of strings are shown on the screen. Now we will understand punctuators. Let's take an example to understand punctuators. In this sentence, I like Internshaala's C training program. There are two symbols, an apostrophe and a period. These are the punctuation marks which have a specific use in a sentence. An apostrophe is used to show ownership and period is used to signify the end of the sentence. In a similar manner, some characters are used as punctuators in C. Punctuators, also known as separators, provide different meanings and readability to a C++ program. Let's learn about different punctuators defined in C. Opening and closing brackets indicate single and multidimensional array subscripts. Opening and closing parentheses indicate function calls and function parameters. Opening and closing braces indicate the start and end of a compound statement. Comma is used as a separator in a function argument list. Semicolon is used as a statement terminator. Colon indicates a labeled statement. Asterisk is used for pointer declaration. Ellipses are used in the formal argument list of function prototypes to indicate a variable number of argument. Equal to sign is used for variable initialization and an assignment operator in expressions. Pound sign is used for preprocessor directive. That's it in this tutorial. Please do not forget to take the quiz before moving on to the next tutorial. All the best.